Today we're going to be installing the NuCanoe Gear Pod in the front of this thing. I wasn't going to do a video on this because it's pretty self-explanatory, but you are going to have to drill a little bit into the kayak. So I was going to go over a video and kind of show you how I'm going to do this. Right or wrong, this is how I'm going to do this. I know a lot of people, this isn't installed at all right now. It's just willy-nilly and I just got the parts laying on top of here. But I'm going to go do a whole build series. You do have to drill into the kayak, so I did want to do this one. You can just put the track thumb screws right in the back and call it a day if you want to do that. I don't like, because this thing kind of kicks up like that. So I'm going to actually install the tie down it comes with on the front. And we're going to go over the whole thing. Should be pretty quick, fairly simple, no big deal. I am going to drill it. I always... Anytime I'm installing any screws or anything that are going to go down into the kayak like that, I like to drill a pilot hole and then screw them in by hand. It's, instead of using the drill and self-tappers, and then all of a sudden you whoop whoop, you righty-tighty turns into righty-loosey. And that sucks. And then you got to fill in the hole again. You got to re-drill. You got to retry it. It's just, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. So I'll show you how to do all that. First, these back thumb screws, they're just going to go into the tracks. We get that. So I'm going to show you kind of how to mark it, how I'm going to mark it out on this. And then pre-drill holes. First, you're going to get this set in position. You're going to get it set on there, make sure it's all the way down, because you can slide this up and it's kind of lifts up, and you slide it too far back and you're going to miss your tracks. So make sure you have it centered in the front tank well. Then I'm going to get eyes on the front here. I think I'll show you guys. So this is going to be the removable plate in the front. This is the gear pod. I think if I just center it in this triangle and drill right there, the tie down will go nicely right there. Let me push this back so you can see. That's what I mean about centering it in the triangle. Maybe up a little higher. Maybe up a little, just up a little, right about yay. I'll measure it when I get it installed so I can give you proper how high, distance. I'll get the tape measure out so you know exactly how to get it there, because I might screw this up. So did promise you guys, now that I got that installed, a rough estimate. So from the center of this triangle to the center of where I mounted it, it is from center to center, it is roughly holy moly, can I stay still and get a guesstimate? 1 3/4 inch from the center of this eyelet to the center, or to the point of this tip. Let me just double check. Yeah, 1 3/4 from there to there. And then tied it in. I have a sneaking suspicion that that's where my motor release cable is going to go through. Because that seems like a pretty sturdy, when I slide this forward, I'll run the cable underneath the pod, down through there, and then up to my release. I think that's how that's going to go. So that's just the install and drill. I used a 1/8 inch drill bit to drill my pilot, marked it, drilled my pilot holes, and then that had plenty of grab still to just run those screws home with a screwdriver so you don't strip them out. All right, on to the easy part. Just putting your track mounts in. Should be a little thumb screw here. I already got them kind of pre-assembled. Let me unscrew. Wow, that's taking a long time. Long-winded. All right. So this section here will go into your track. This rubber bushing will slide over that. And then your gear pod will go on top. And then your thumb screw will spin it in. So let me pop this out quick. Should only take a second, so just bear with me. This one's the easy, non-stressful portion of this process. Now lining this up can be kind of a pain because I already kind of mocked it up. I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't want to look dumb on the internet. There we go. Gonna sit down in there. Make sure you're snug. You're all the way in. Then you're just gonna spin your thumb screws on there. And it should be installed there. And here's what I was talking about if you don't put the tie down on the front. I'm not into that one bit. Not one bit. So tie down, cinch that bad boy in. I kind of give it a press down and slide over there. All gone. Nothing. Make sure that's cinched in good. So do with that information what you will. Do with that information what you will. But this is probably not going to come out. This is going to ride down the road with me. And that's it in a nutshell. Installed. Minimal drilling, minimal wildness. Just 1/8 drill bit. What? Tape measure if you need it. I kind of winged it the first go around, but remember what I said. 1 3/4 up from the tip of that triangle. Sharpie marker, screwdriver. You'll be all installed. That wasn't too bad. Fairly simple. It's really rock solid in there. I like that. And on the next one, I think we're gonna be putting in the foot control steering. That's gonna be hard for me to film the way you're set up now. But we're going to be installing the foot control steering. I hope it all works out. We'll see. If not, you'll know that too. Hit that like and subscribe button. Till next time, you'll see me install this foot steering. Catch you later.